It's crazy how much they aged in this movie. Like, they looked so young in the first movie. This one, they look a few years older, even though this movie only came out like a year later. It's crazy. Anyways, actual movie now. I love the foreshadowing near the end. Um, Obviously won't spoil it because it's for a future movie. I'll talk about it in that future movie. So, this movie cuts out a few things. None that important, so I honestly don't care. But I definitely thought this one was more boring than the first one. Like, the first one was at least decent. It got boring at times, but this one, I just really didn't care for it. It had its moments. It wasn't a terrible movie. I just didn't care for it. I think it took me like 4 hours to watch this movie. And this movie is almost three. Because I've just paused it a lot and got on my phone. Because I really didn't care for it. Oh, the plot is simple though. Harry gets bullied by Dobby occasionally because he doesn't want him to get hurt. So he does stuff that will hurt him. Naturally. And eventually there's like this big creature where we get some more lore about the Hogwarts stuff and the original owners and all that. And one of the original owners was an evil person that had a chamber of secrets to kill a bunch of mudbloods, which is basically like the Wizarding World slur. Yeah, everyone says that anyway. Um, so there's this big giant snake, and they finally do some more with Harry's talking to snake things and expand on it, actually explain why. One thing I didn't like though was Harry basically has an alibi. He gets his arm broken. He's in the hospital infirmary, and Colin gets turned to stone. So he should have an alibi now, right? He shouldn't be a suspect anymore. Well, he gets thrown into the principal's office with Dumbledore. A lot of the characters had smaller roles, like Hagrid is essential to the plot, but barely in the movie. Jenny is supposedly gonna get a bigger role, is what it looks like, since we only saw her going to the place, but obviously she was too young. She's not even a first year in the first movie, so she can't even go to Hogwarts yet. So that's why she didn't have screen time in the first movie. We obviously get an explanation why she barely is in the movie, but she's in like 2 or 3 scenes at most, and they're very short. We barely see her at all in the movie. Of course, we later find out it's because she was working for Voldemort. Even though she didn't realize it, she was in like a trance-like state. So she was working for Voldemort. That's why she's barely in the movie. Because she's causing most of the main plot to happen. Then, of course, there's like nowhere near as many classes. Occasionally in class. They were in class a lot in the first movie compared to this one. Which, you don't need a bunch of classes, but it was definitely weird. They were just kind of investigating, and that was the plot. Occasionally going to class, and then those scenes were pretty short. Then, Lucius Malfoy's dad makes his first appearance. And near the end of the movie, he tries to murder a child simply because they got rid of his slave. Because Dobby was a slave. He was beat, punished, everything. And he even refers to him as a master. It's a very weird thing. Especially now knowing the stuff we know about J.K. Rowling. Now she's transphobic and stuff like that, so I wouldn't be surprised if she's a racist. Actually, there is a character in the series called Shacklebolt that's black, which is very weird. And yeah, that's about it.